Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Welcome to my life. I'm Jubilee and this is my baby Briar. For the past I think 2 years I've been doing the blank things I learned at blank. So today is 19 things I learned at 19, which I will warn you, most of them is about pregnancy, considering that throughout my year of being 19, I was pregnant with her. So let's get started, shall we? Number one is cranberry juice is a girl's best friend. And I say that because it helps prevent and get rid of UTIs, which are very common in women, and they can get it really easily. And so cranberry juice is literally the best thing ever. Number two, if they can't be happy for you, you don't need them in your life. Because for one, you don't need that negative energy. Just, write them off. And I know it's hard sometimes, but you just gotta realize that if they want to be this negative Nelly, I guess, then they don't need to be around you. And number three, miscarriages are common even in young women. Actually, they're most common in young women is what I found out. When I was pregnant with her, I was really scared that I was going to have a miscarriage, so I did a lot of research on it, and I found out that miscarriages are actually most common in women that are teens and in their 20s. Number four, pregnancy is no walk in the park. You're tired all the time, for one. For two, the morning sickness, all of the symptoms that you get, especially in the first trimester, and then second trimester is pretty good. Getting to the third trimester though, you have a big belly, your back aches, all that jazz. It's not as simple as people make it seem. It's not no glow, like people say. It's definitely work that men will never understand. Number five, morning sickness sucks. Morning sickness is so bad, okay? I had it. I didn't even know that you could have it for weeks on weeks on weeks. And I never knew that morning sickness was so horrible. People, like I said before, people don't tell you what pregnancy is really about. They sugarcoat it, make it look nice, but it's not. It's not. At least not the first trimester. You gotta get past the first trimester and then you get all that happy glow biz. Number six, the groundhog's name is Phil. The groundhog on Groundhog Day? Never knew it, but he's got a name and his name is Phil. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that's the name of the guy in the movie, the Groundhog Day, or if that's the groundhog actually, but when I googled it on Groundhog Day, that's what they said, so thought that was cool. Number seven, it's hard work making a baby, which is pretty much the same thing as pregnancy is no walk in the park, but once you get to that third trimester, then you're really holy buns, this is some hard work. Your body is going through a lot of changes, and it's oh, you just never understand until after you are pregnant. What are you doing, little lady? Hungry? 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 No? What's up? Number eight, pregnancy is tiring, and I found out also so is motherhood. Holy buns, man. You're really fatigued when you're pregnant. At least that's the symptom, and I certainly was. But once you birth the baby and you hit motherhood, that don't go away. You're tired for the rest of your life, man. Until after this one starts sleeping. Number nine, every pregnancy is different. So even every woman who has different pregnancies, who has more than one kid, then that pregnancy is not always the same as the other pregnancies. So you can't tell someone that they should do this or that in their pregnancy because their pregnancy is different than, say, your pregnancy or someone you know's pregnancy. What? You want some of this? I also found out that men always try to give you advice when you're pregnant, and it's like, excuse me? And the women don't really give advice unless asked. And it also depends on the woman, but. Number 10, naming a kid is harder than it seems, especially when you have a partner and you have to ask them and then they don't like a name and then they suggest a name and you don't like that name, and then you just have to keep going with killing off names until you finally find one you both agree on, it fits well, and it's beautiful. And it's a lot harder than I make it sound. I mean, I was so surprised that it took forever to find a name. We had a lot of names that we thought we liked, and then later we didn't like them anymore. So then we had to change it because, you know. Number 11, I learned how to make a ribbon skirt, which in people don't know, it's like, how I can explain it is, it's like a Native American traditional kind of skirt. And since my baby is part Native, then I decided to make her a skirt. I think I made a video about that, but I'm not entirely sure. Number 12, not all pregnant women get Braxton Hicks. I did not get Braxton Hicks. I found out that apparently you don't always get Braxton Hicks. Braxton Hicks are like labor, but a false alarm pretty much. So it feels like you're having contractions, but you're not. Number 13, most firstborn babies are born late. They're not born on their due date, and they're certainly not born early. Most of them are born late. My baby was born 8 days later than her due date. Number 14, having an apartment is really expensive. I just moved into an apartment and all the bills and such, and they just add up, and I just never realized how expensive it was to rent a place. Number 15, you can survive, okay, just on beer alone for a couple months. Like no food or anything, just simply drinking beer, and then the quote-unquote nutrition in beer can keep you alive for a couple months, but you're gonna have to eat something sometime. Otherwise, you'll die of alcohol poisoning. Number 16 is silent labor. So silent labor is when you're in labor, but you don't know you're in labor because your contractions are so painless that you don't feel them, which that's what I was. I was in silent labor. I didn't feel my contractions for a very long time. Even when I got induced, then I didn't really feel them at all. But that video is coming out next week, so you can subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss it. And then you can see my experience of being in labor and delivery. So, number 17, the epidural hurts like hell, dude. Like, nobody tells you. They always tell you about the epidural is so good and it takes away all your pain and all that. But guess what, guys? When they put it in your back, okay, it hurts. Like somebody just stabbed you in the back with a really tiny sharp knife. And it made me jump, actually. I almost messed it up and they almost had to redo it. Because I did not know it was gonna hurt that bad to stick it in my back. And then after it starts working, then yeah, it takes away your pain and you have really fat, heavy legs, pretty much is what it feels like. And then afterwards though, after the epidural wears off and they take it out of you and all that, then your back is in pain for weeks. So I'm not entirely sure if the epidural is really actually that great. It's still a debate in my mind. Moving on though, number 18, breastfeeding is really difficult, and obviously, once again, nobody tells you anything about that. So throughout my entire pregnancy, then I was thinking, I'm gonna breastfeed because breast is best and it's, you know, more nutritious than formula and all that jazz, whatever. Stuff that my mom and people in my life have told me. But what nobody told me is that breastfeeding is so difficult because you have to get the baby to latch on, you know, and they don't understand and you don't understand, and it's so difficult. It's the first few weeks, but I found out it gets better. Okay, the baby learns, you learn, and it gets better and it gets a lot easier. But at the beginning, it was so difficult and I got super frustrated a lot and I wanted to quit, but my boyfriend was really good at supporting me with that decision of breastfeeding and pumping and stuff like that, and he's been really good help, so I really appreciate that because we got through the hard part. And finally, number 19, apparently jaundice can cause permanent brain damage if it's not taken care of. If it gets like too bad and not taken care of, then it can cause brain damage. And I don't remember exactly how, but yeah, that's what my doctor told me because she had brain damage, not brain damage, sorry. She had jaundice, which most babies do. It's very common. I already knew that though. But some babies have like a low jaundice, like a low rate or whatever, and then there's like a high, higher, intermediate, stuff like that. She was in the high intermediate. If it gets too bad, then they put them under these lights to like get rid of the jaundice. I found out that the sun can actually get rid of jaundice like the lights do. It like works the same way as they do. So yeah, but she got rid of her jaundice, so she's good. We're all good. That's 19 things I learned at 19. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it this far into the video, make sure to leave a like on the video. It really helps the channel. And subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when my other videos come out. I'm uploading every Friday at the moment. And my next video is going to be my labor and delivery story. So I bring you along, update you on what's going on, and you can see how this baby was born. It is really PG. There is no actually watching of the baby being born, but yeah, so look out for that video, and I really appreciate the support. Bye.